Hi guys, welcome back and thank you for joining me for a truly special month. This is the month where we finally get to kick off the fundraising campaign that I've been blabbering on about all year long. And so I've been really excited to jump on today, share with you guys what we're going to be fundraising for, where the money's going, and how it's going to make a tangible difference in people's lives. And so I wanted to introduce you guys to For the One. And this is a charity based out of Nepal that's concerned with anti-slavery and community development campaigns across the country. And it's actually a charity that I've been lucky enough to be involved with a couple of times over the past few years. And so I can tell you guys firsthand the massive impact that they have in the lives of people that they work with. And so I'm truly honored to have the privilege to fundraise on behalf of For the One. And I hope you guys get behind this campaign as much as I do, because I know the difference that we can make through the money that we raise together. And so what I wanted to do today is take you guys through what FTO currently does and how the money that we're going to fundraise is going to change their operations and allow them to expand their care with the people that they work with. And so what FTO do, and the main project that they're involved with, is a safe housing project for girls coming out of sex trafficking and human trafficking. And these are girls that have gotten the worst possible start to life that we honestly couldn't even imagine ourselves. And so after an intervention step, these girls are placed into the FTO safe house where they're provided safety, they're provided education and food and water and all the basic necessities that they need to actually move through the rehabilitation process. And the goal of this safe house is to actually rehabilitate these girls and then reintegrate them back into the communities where they came from. Problem with that is that these communities are not always safe for the girls to return to, and so there needs to be an alternative path, which is this path that actually moves the girls towards independence and to be able to fend for themselves and to be able to give them the skills within the safe house to be able to provide for themselves long term. And basically, the whole point of what we're going to be fundraising for and what FTO is currently trying to address through what they're calling the Next Steps Living program is this gap between 24-hour safe housing in which these girls are provided 24-hour support. It's very, very closely supported and monitored to make sure that these girls are moving through the rehabilitation process, all the way to full independence in which these girls are fending for themselves, they're providing for themselves, and they're really needing all the skills to be able to be out in the world by themselves. And so the problem with this is that the jump from here to here can be extremely intimidating and can be very scary for the girls to take that step. And so the Next Steps Living program is all about providing these girls a safe space to be able to develop those skills to then be able to provide for themselves. And so it's about slowly weaning off the support of 24-hour care and moving closer and closer towards independence. I think it's such a fantastic cause to actually create long-term sustainable change in these lives. And so the way that this program works, if I can click the button, is that it's going to be implemented through the Next Steps Transitional Home. And this home is a safe environment for graduated girls to apply what they've been taught in the FTO Safe Home and learn to fend for themselves. And so the idea of this home is it's a separate house to the FTO Safe House, and there's no more 24-hour care. The idea is that these girls are given the responsibility, they have to find a job and actually start providing for themselves, but they're still under the support and they're still under the guidance of the FTO staff, which will be doing regular counseling and check-ins and providing financial support to begin with to make sure that these girls have a safe space to develop these skills and don't have the adverse effects of being thrown in the water and told to swim straight away. And so within this house, the girls learn how to work, budget, manage their time, clean, cook for themselves, and really build up the tool set that they're going to need to eventually support themselves within the wider world. And so the idea is that over the course of 1 to 3 years, these girls that have graduated from the safe house come in and they actually begin with a little bit of support from FTO, especially because the girls that are coming out of this safe home are going to be getting jobs which are entry-level jobs. And within Nepal, these are extremely difficult to be able to support yourself. And so throughout that first sort of period, FTO will continue to provide financial support. And that's what we're looking at here is the proportion of the individual versus FTO towards their total living expenses. And I have made a remark here that this is an example only because of course circumstances will change girl to girl. But the idea is that they're slowly being weaned off that support and taught to fend for themselves and provide for themselves to the point at which they'll be able to move out of the house and then be completely independent. And so the goal of our campaign is to fund the first year of the Next Steps Living program. And you might be looking at that number straight away and thinking that that is a little bit of a funny looking number. But I actually love this so much because when I approached FTO about what campaign should we fundraise for, where would money really make a difference, they could give me the very specific goal of we need $16,334 to fund the first year of this program. And I love that because it's so well thought out, and it actually means that the money that we fundraise is going to be going to a specific cause, and it is going to influence the people that we want to influence. And so that's going to be the goal of the campaign. And lastly, I wanted to take you guys through how it's actually going to run. And it is using a pledge per kilometer campaign. So as you guys know, I will be running the Blackwall 100-kilometer race in October. October 16th is the date of that race. And the idea is that through an online form, you'll pledge per kilometer that I eventually end up running. And then that'll be multiplied by the number of kilometers that I successfully run, which will give us your final donation amount, which will be calculated, and then you'll get a request through an email to donate that final amount to FTO. And so the idea is if you pledge $1 per kilometer and I end up successfully running the 100 kilometers on the day, the total amount will be $100 for that donation. But if I only manage to run 50, then the donation will be $50. And all these donations above $2 are tax deductible as well. So keep that in mind if you are donating. And guys, just before we take off, I wanted you guys to be able to hear from Samir and Talia, who are running FTO on the ground and are doing a fantastic job of it. So they wanted to say a few words to you as well.
Hey guys, I'm Samir.
And I'm Talia.
And we are For The One. We are so excited and thankful to partner with Wojtek in this project. He's running 100 kilometers and that's crazy. Who does it? Only Wojtek. But it's for a great cause, and it's about the project that For The One is doing, and we are really excited to see what we can achieve through this project.
So the Next Step Living project is for girls who are ready to move on from our safe house into semi-independent living. Currently we have 20 girls in our safe house, of which about 5 of them are ready to move into the next step. I'll just give you a little information on 2 of them. So 2 girls were rescued from brothels in India and have come into our care about 2.5 years ago. Their transformation has been incredible over the last 2 years, and we are so proud of where they have come and what they are ready to do. One of them, she is currently working as our bookkeeper in For The One, and she is learning so much, and she started as our cleaner and then worked her way into receptionist, and now she's our bookkeeper, and she is just so hungry to learn and take on more responsibility. And our other one, she has just finished her advanced tailoring course, and she is working at a boutique, and this boutique they do really extravagant lehengas and saris, and they also do modern day female clothing like t-shirts and
traditional clothing.
And but her aim is actually to become a lawyer so she can prosecute people who take advantage or who traffic girls in the future. And so in her mind, and she knows that she can't become a lawyer unless she does further study, and so she needs a job so she can support herself to do the study. And so it's just so exciting that we can be a part of this and really help them move into the next step. And we are really thankful for Wojtek and every single one of you who will sponsor and donate towards this project, because you really are making such a significant difference in these girls' lives. And our organization name is For The One, and it is specifically to help each individual person. And so every time you donate, you are helping these girls move on to the next step and then further into their independent living in the future.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
And thank you, Wojtek.